have you found, and this is a big question, but is the church being helpful in this fight? Are you finding help, or are you finding no help with the church?
That's kind of a mixed bag there, I would say.
Okay.
I am finding there's a lot good happening, and then there are things that I hope would change.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. So we're finding portions of the church. I think it's a wake-up call for the church right now.
Okay.
I think the church is realizing, wow, the world is changing in ways that we didn't know. And they're realizing, okay, so I can't just come with a scripture and hit someone over the head with it if I'm trying to offer. I actually have to bring the presence of the Lord there to address the felt needs of people and connect their hearts to his loving heart, right?
Wow.
But how do we do that with the LGBTQ issue or those people that identify as that? That's something where it's just like, we're just having to get an education. I think everyone is on how do we love these people well. And some churches, their solution to that is we're just going to say, well, then we're going to say that LGBTQ lifestyle and sexual behavior is okay. And in my, the way I read the Bible and then from my personal experience, it's like God has banks that he's put on the river for our protection. And, not just to protect me, but everyone around me. And so to me, when we remove those protective boundaries, we open ourselves and our world up to all manner of destruction that we can't see right now, but is a result of our choices. And so to erase those boundaries is really sad for me. And we're seeing that there are a lot of churches and denominations that you would never have thought would have capitulated really to public pressure or to just what the culture's doing. So that's unfortunate. But with that said, there are also churches out there that are realizing, okay, wait a minute, we have to do better at this. We have to get into people's lives and really, instead of being on the sidelines at the Gay Pride Parade and saying what we think, we have to go face to face, have conversations with people that Jesus created, right?
Yeah,
and find out where can we help, So there's good and bad, but at least God is stirring things up.
And I should say, I think one of the biggest things that the church can do is vote. Because, I am probably your average Christian that really doesn't like to get involved in politics. I feel like, let's just stop talking and just love on each other. Like, let's stop talking about politics. But I think it was a shock to me about 10 years ago when a law passed in my state and I didn't get to vote on it. And it directly affected me and my kids from that day forth. Like, I woke up one morning and this law is in place and it directly affected me. And I was so surprised because I thought, well, gosh, shouldn't I get a vote on that? But really what it is I vote for a representative and they're supposed to represent me. I don't get to vote on a lot of things. Well, the problem is if we don't vote in people that have a biblical worldview, they're not going to represent me. They're not going to represent my family, and they have to. I don't get a vote. So I feel like, especially on these issues, it's so important that we're getting up and we're voting. How many people did you say, Rachel? 30 million?
30 million Christians that do not vote in our country. Especially the last election was decided by 0.005% of the vote.
Add one more zero to that.
So 3 zeros, 0.5% was determined.
Do you see what a small fraction? If a fraction of the Christians would vote in people, just do a little bit of research on who has a biblical worldview and vote them in, we could totally turn the tide in an instant. We have to.